for every teacher who's been working so hard to deliver explicit, direct, whole class comprehension instruction, you are going to appreciate this next question. Brian Lovell is the director of curriculum instruction in Clark Pleasant School District, just south of Indianapolis. And he's trying to support his intermediate and middle school ELA teachers as they're using various reading resources and curriculum materials. And they're struggling with, how do we keep a lesson mini, 10, 15, 20 minutes? How do you keep it mini when, you have to read so much text? We're trying to do main idea. We're trying to do theme. We're trying to do analyze the argument or author purpose. Well, all of that happens after you read the text. So how can I read the text and do the lesson all in 15 minutes, Christina? Okay, wait. We have a big misunderstanding here. Remember, mini lessons are about skills. They're about thinking skills, teaching kids how to think. So if I'm going to do a mini lesson, all right, 15, 20-minute comprehension lesson, the first half of the lesson is going to include, I teach them. I explicitly tell them, what is main idea? How do you figure out main idea? What are the types of clues to figure out main idea? When do you start thinking about main idea? What's evidence for main idea? Where do you find those details and evidence for main idea? All of that has to be taught. Somebody has to tell me that stuff. All right. But as part of that first half of the instruction, there also has to be an I do. You watch and listen, right? Because we all know best practice and gradual release means I'm not going to ask you to do something I didn't do first. All right. So yeah, but Christina, they're in 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th grade. The text is so much longer. How can you do that? Wait a minute. At this point in the lesson, you now hold up a text you've already read, a chapter book, a novel. You project a 3-page Newsella article that you've already read, right? Because you read it for gist, but now you're going to use it in the I do to model how to take the instruction, the learning you just delivered, and show them how you figure out main idea from a previously read text. You don't have time to read a text. No. You project a previously read text. The lesson is about teaching thinking. If all you do in a lesson is read aloud, pause, and ask questions, that's a read aloud, and that's fine, but don't call it a lesson. It's not a lesson. Lesson is instruction. I do, you watch and listen, followed by a we do. So after the I do, after I projected an article and I modeled how to figure out what the main idea sentence is, I'm going to now change my slide and I'm going to put up a second article we've already read. And I'm going to say, remember this? Okay, so you guys, let's attack it. How do we do it? I'll guide, I'll facilitate the we do, and we'll do it with this. I know eventually they have to be able to do it with fresh, cold, brand new text. Read it, think it, figure out main idea all in one sitting. But that's not going to be the mini lesson. That's going to be game day practices and such. When you teach a skill, the lesson is about how to do the thinking. The lesson is not just reading aloud.